Everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Before I begin, would like to thank all my subscribers and everybody for your support in watching the YouTube, Raihana's Cuisines on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Google Plus, and follow me on Instagram. Email me if you have any questions. Comments are most welcome on the YouTube description below. So let's get started. Today we're making just a vegetable mix with potatoes that goes in basically everything from you can put them in Punjabi samosas. You can use them for a lot of stuff. You can even go to my versatile dough where I make the dough for just like buns, and I have something that also has different kind of buns that I make. Yeah, that filling in there would be wonderful too. So actually I'm doing this filling because I'm going to be using it for my homemade pastries. That if you haven't checked out that video on how to make homemade pastries, please do so. Let's begin. I'm going to go and I'm going to tell you all about the ingredients, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start. So I've got some stuff here. I've got about 3.5 cups of potatoes. Now these are boiled potatoes. I just had them sitting in the refrigerator. That's why we're using it. But if you don't have any boiled sitting in the refrigerator, excuse me for my cough, you can use raw potatoes, just cut up in bite-sized pieces. And then what you would want to do is when we put our oil and stuff, before putting the potatoes and the carrots and peas in there, you would first put in your potatoes, and when they're about half or probably about 80% cooked, then you would add your peas and carrots in there. These peas and carrots are also frozen. They're not fresh, but they're frozen. So so the reason why you do the potatoes if they were raw would so that potatoes would take a long time for it to cook. So luckily I had some in the refrigerator, but you could do it the same way as we're doing here too. So another thing some of the spices that are very optional that you could use, I've got turmeric here. I've got crushed peppers here that you use like on a pizza. Then I've got some lemon pepper here. I'm gonna be using chili garlic sauce, which is sambal. And you could use that if you like, just to give it some spiciness. You can, and then there goes in about 1.5 cups of carrots and peas frozen. So if I've got 3.5 cups of potatoes, you want to do half the amount for the peas and carrots. We're gonna be doing about a teaspoon of ginger and garlic. We've got about a tablespoon of oil, salt to taste. Here I've got some lime leaves. They're very, very optional, but they're available at your local Chinese or Mexican stores. They actually smell amazing. I bring those, they come in a little packet, and I just throw them in the freezer, and that's how they actually stay in the freezer. They were been in the freezer for about a month, and they smell amazing. They just got like a lime flavor or lime smell to it. Then here I've got some curry leaves. I've got some fresh chopped coriander, and that's it. So let's get started. First things first, let's get our stove started. In goes about a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, one thing I forgot was cumin, because I do cumin, and I apologize for that. Okay, really apologize for that. I knew I was missing something. Now this is really optional, but I really like the taste of the cumin in here. It just gives it a little bit of a, and you just want to do like, you know, 1/4 teaspoon. Don't have to do too much. This is perfect. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait until it just starts sizzling. The cumin starts sizzling a little bit. So we've got our cumin sizzling over here, which is perfect. To this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ginger and garlic. And why I like doing this is because I really want to apologize about this cough. Actually, I'm on steroids right now because I have found that there's some kind of a problem going on with my airways in my lungs. So I really apologize for that. So, all right, so I got my ginger and garlic in there. It's sizzling away, and I can just smell those aromas. It smells amazing in here. At this point, I want to put in my curry leaves and my lime leaves, and I want to extract as much flavor I can out of those 2 leaves. Okay. Now, doing opposite here. If I had my potatoes that were not boiled and if they were raw, then I would, look at that. I think it's because it's cold and that's warm. It's just got some science thing going on here. Okay, so I've got the frozen peas and the carrots, and because my potatoes are already boiled, I'm gonna put this in first because I don't have to cook my potatoes, all right? We're gonna put this in for about a minute. My stove is on high right now, so it should just cook it. Okay. And I can just, I'm telling you, I wish we had smell-o-vision because I can just smell that lime leaves and the curry leaves, and it just smells amazing with the cumin. I'm telling you, it smells really, really awesome in here. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add my potatoes in there. Now, you could go ahead and even add like really thinly sliced cabbage in here or coleslaw in here. And I think it would taste wonderful. Wish I had some in the house. I don't, but just a suggestion that if you ever wanted to, you could do that. To this, we're gonna just add some salt to taste. Okay, and we're gonna be giving this a taste test. So, okay. Now, chili garlic sauce is basically up to how much you want. You know, as much as how hot you want it. Okay. Now we're gonna add in about half a teaspoon of lemon pepper, and this just gives it a really nice taste too, because you want your filling to be really tasty, because you've got the layer of either if you're putting it in bread, then you've got that layer of bread, or you're putting it in pastry, then you've got that layer of pastry. So you really want the filling to be really, really tasty. And then I'm just going to put, just like sprinkle, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric, just to give it a little bit of color. You don't want to overpower this with like a lot of turmeric. It's just not going to be good. So you just want to put in enough to just give it a little bit of flavor. Okay. Okay, so basically we are all done. So I just want to try my peas here. Just want to make sure that the peas and carrots. Now, peas and carrots have about 3 minutes to go before it's going to be completely cooked, which is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, add my coriander in here. And again, it's, you know, if you like a lot, which I do, I add a lot. If you don't like too much, add a little. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to cover this and put it on like medium to very low, and just let those peas and carrots cook up. And then once the mixture is nice and cool, you're ready to stuff it with your special, you know, pastry or bread. Even make a sandwich out of this. I'm telling you, a vegetarian sandwich with a little bit of lettuce tastes amazing. Or if you're making samosas, regular samosas, not the Punjabi samosas, the regular samosas, those also turn out really, really, really good. So, can't find my lid right now, but I'm gonna cover this and give it about 2-3 minutes. You know, give it a taste test to see that the potatoes and peas are all cooked, and then just cool it before you stuff it in to your favorite pastry. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope I see you here next time with another great video. See you then, friends.